Okay, welcome to SKST Radio. This is Real Talk with Kami Grayson one-on-one, and today I have a very special guest today. I am so excited. I have Mr. Courtney Gains, who is like the number one star in my growing childhood person thing. Let's see. Courtney comes to us with 35 years in the film and television business. You've seen him in movies like Children of the Corn, Back to the Future, You Can't Buy Me Love, Colors, The Burbs, Memphis Belle, and then he's also on television shows including Seinfeld, Monk, and In the Heat of the Night, Tales from the Crypt, ER, and The Guardian. Boy, I'm telling you, you can't beat this impressive resume that you have here,
Oh,
Mr. Gaines.
thank
Welcome
you.
to
Thank
the
you very
show.
much. Huh?
Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Nice to be here.
Well, tell us about what I didn't say here. Tell us about you. I want to know all about you.
Oh my God. Yeah. Wow. Where do I begin? I don't know. Ask me a question. I'll give you an answer.
Okay, so how did you get started in all this acting?
Yeah. So I got the bug really young. The first play I ever did, I was 10 years old. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Played the prince when I went out there and kissed her and she came to life and everybody applauded. I was hooked. That was it.
You were a little ham at that point, huh?
It was something about the nerves you feel, the nerves I felt before I went out. As soon as you hit the boards, as they call it, the nerves go away. I can't explain it. It's like, it feels like home. It felt familiar even at a young age. So I don't know. I just know that I knew right then that's what I wanted to do.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
what was your very first movie?
My very first movie was Children of the Corn.
It really was?
Yeah, crazy, right?
Okay, so my co-host on the Saturday show, he wanted to be on this show so bad just so he can talk to you because he said you frightened his whole life.
What's his
in that
name?
program. His name is Curtis, and they call him Kurt Bowen.
They want you too, Kurt.
He was like, I gotta be on this show. I gotta be on this show. But then when I called him, he was like, oh gosh, I can't make it. So, but he did want me to tell you hello.
He got a line from the movie there. That's the best I can do.
Okay, well that's good for him. So now tell me about Back to the Future. How did you get that?
So I don't even remember the audition, to be honest. It was so long ago. But I had already worked with Crispin Glover before. The first thing, actually, the first thing I read that I didn't get paid to do was an American Film Institute project that Crispin starred in. I always forget the name of the actual thing, but they ended up 3 different major actors did this short playing this character, including Sean Penn, and now it's released in a DVD called The Beaver Trilogies. But so that was a crazy experience for my first project. He came out in the rehearsal dressed like in Olivia Newton-John in that black outfit from Grease. Crispin Glover, okay? And he was like, hey guys, how you doing? And I was like, I don't know who this guy is, but he's really brilliant. And then, we got to meet up again on Back to the Future. And so that was nice to know somebody on the set. But the Back to the Future story is that some people know this, some people don't, that Eric Stoltz was originally Marty. And he got let go because they didn't think he was funny enough or whatever, though I think Eric's a fine actor. But so I had worked when Eric was still on it. So when they brought Michael J. Fox in and reshot everything, they had to pay me for that whole time, which was like 5 weeks. I maybe was supposed to work 3 days. So that ended up being a financial blessing because the residual checks still to this day are the best ones because Back to the Future, the trilogy is, I think, still the biggest trilogy ever. So it's on TV all the time still to this day. So just Back to the Future was a blessing.
I mean, it was good. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah. Right.
It was the number one back in the day. And so, so from Back to the Future, then what was next?
Oh gosh, I don't know what's to say on the resume. I can't. 36 years later, 100 credits later, I lose track.
So is it in order? Maybe it's in order. Can't Buy Me Love?
Yeah. So Can't Buy Me Love was I had done another movie for the same company called Apollo Films called Winner Take All, this motorcycle movie, like dirt bike racing movie that was not nearly as big a success, but they were then doing this Can't Buy Me Love movie, audition for the lead, and then they offered me his best friend, which I thought was a great role. And the famous line, "You shit on my house," became iconic. People yell that to me and ask me to write it on pictures to this day. So
That's too funny.
well, so, the interesting thing about that was a low budget movie our independent movie that then Disney picked up under their new umbrella, and they ended up putting a bunch of money into it to do reshoots, and then they were the one who bought that title track song of the Beatles, "Can't Buy Me Love," which was, I think it was $250,000 for the rights to that song.
That is so cool.
Made a big difference in the quality of the movie, and it ended up being the number 3 movie that summer.
Wow.
So pretty big.
Yeah. So are you in Cali?
I am part of the time, and part of the time I'm in the Southeast, the whole Atlanta market as well.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in Virginia Beach,
Oh,
and I went to Atlanta for the first time, but Cali, I've been there a couple of times. So mostly the people that I've been interviewing, they're all out of California, somewhere in there. So
yeah, I was ready to get out of LA. I've been there my whole life. I don't, the traffic is terrible, and I was ready to get out of it. So it's been nice to be able to go back and forth. So I do work in LA, and there's a lot of work in the Southeast now. I just did a guest star on a BET show called Tales.
Yes.
It's a 10 episode anthology, so each episode is a completely different story. And I played a corrupt cop. It was a good, really good role. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've yet to see when it's going to come out, but I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Well, so do you like doing the actual movies opposed to the television shows?
What I like about movies. I'd say I like doing movies more. Though I've never been offered a series. If someone wants to give me a series, I'll take it. But mostly just done guest stars. What's great about a movie is usually it's on a location. So you get to go to some town you've never been to before. You're kind of like the circus. You come in and all these crazy Hollywood types take over this town for a period of time, and then it's all over and you go home. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool too. So tell me about working on the monk set.
Monk?
Yes.
Well, the cool thing about that was I played a character that had been talked about for many, many seasons, the 6-fingered man, who was the character that killed Monk's wife that he had been looking for all that time. So I had auditioned for that show several times, and it was great to get such a pivotal, important role in terms of their storyline. It was good. I liked. It was funny. Henry Schlieb didn't really know me, who I was all that much or whatever. And it wasn't until we did our fight scene that I think he was like, "Wow, this guy's been around before." Because he did all this choreography, and he's like, "You got it, you got it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got it. Let's go." And nailed it. And he was like, maybe this guy's done this before. I don't know. So that was good. I was like when they're not sure about me, and then I let them know not my first rodeo.
Yeah, exactly. Your season. So okay, so I see the instruments behind you.
Yeah.
Tell me the story about the instruments.
Well, let's see. The one that has a cool story. The one over here. It's like I'm going backward. That one is just what's called. I wish it was really a Les Paul Gold Top. Those are from the '50s, and they're like worth buku bucks. That's a knockoff by a company called Harley Benton in the UK. But those white pickups, they're called P90s, and it gives off a very different sound than your typical Les Paul today. It's a lot of punk rockers used it actually. It's a cool sound. But this guitar, this one over here, I feel like it went backward. This one over here, this one, I can't. It's like everything's reversed. That acoustic guitar. The cool story there is I did a Nash Bridges episode with Don Johnston and Cheech Marin, but who I played was Willie Nelson's dying son. And I'm not an autograph seeker much, but I brought that guitar and I got Willie to sign it, and that was very, very cool. So
that's cool.
That guitar has a lot of sentimental value to me, and Willie Nelson couldn't have been a nicer guy.
Wow, I bet that was an honor. So you're a musician. How did you get started doing the music?
I started taking music lessons around the same time I started taking acting lessons, which was 13 years old. I just, Like in the 70s, everything was rock and roll, and everybody was rock guitar gods, and I was like, I like that. I remember when I saw the movie Woodstock when I was a teenager, I was just completely blown away, and said, "This is cool. I want to learn how to do this." And I started. My mother gave me the option to have a birthday party or guitar lessons, and I took the guitar lessons. So,
Wow.
yeah, and took guitar lessons for a few years, and then learned the basics, and then just kept teaching myself how to play up the neck, as they say, and learn to play lead guitar and scales and all of that. But what I really like about music is writing songs. That is the moment of creating a song. To me is a very special feeling. I can't explain it. You get sort of taken over with this idea. Something starts coming through you, and you just have to keep going till you stop, till you finish it. Even if you're getting hungry and you want to, be like, no, I got to finish this song. And I love it. I love writing songs. That's really and I write most of my material on acoustic guitar, which I guess takes me to the thing to promote. I have a little record I'm putting out right now called Acoustic Gains. Get it, Courtney Gains, Acoustic Gains, and Volume 1. And we just dropped our second single yesterday called Cherish. And it's been getting a nice response. People have been complimentary, which is always nice. And people who don't know I can sing are always surprised. They're always like, "Oh man, you can sing," So that's cool. And I also have a rock and roll band project called Ripple Street. And we've been putting out, I think we put out 3 singles so far this year. Our last single was called Would You? And to describe it, I would say it's very Black Sabbath-esque, heavy rock. So 2 totally different records coming out. One that's very acoustic and very mellow, and one that's pretty hard rock.
Wow. So how would people be able to listen to your music?
Yeah, so you can find our stuff, Ripple Street and Courtney Gains, Acoustic Gains Volume 1 on Spotify, which, if you have Spotify, you can hear them for free, which is great. Or you can get it on iTunes, Amazon, Deezer, 99 cents a song, cheaper than a cup of coffee.
There you go. Well, let's go back to the actual movie that you just completed not too long ago. I have the trailer, so we're going to show the trailer if you don't mind.
No, that's good. Queen Bees, let's see it.
Let's see I think it's hilarious. So let's see if I can get it up. Here we go. I'm always slow at this.
Yeah, I'm a neophyte when it comes to technology, so I can't say a thing. There we go.
Welcome to Pine Grove.
Welcome to Pine Grove.
Welcome to Pine Grove. Is somebody going to say that every 12 seconds?
If you ever need anything.
I'm only going to be here a month during the renovation.
Can I help you? This table is by invitation only.
Are you serious?
She used to say serious as a heart attack, but then Marjorie killed over, so she don't say it anymore.
We call them the Queen Bees. Guess what the B stands for?
Saving seats. Clicks. They're like Mean Girls, but with medical alert bracelets.
Let's go. Remember, sweat is just fat crying for attention.
Looking good, ladies. And are you flirting with me?
Yes. I'm interested in joining the bridge club.
Someone needs a hearing aid. The roster's full.
Okay. Well, I heard Janet Poindexter's a real... This isn't high school.
It's worse. High school, we graduate. Here, we die.
Come on, be one of us. We are the cool ones.
I've never thought of myself as cool.
You're not. With us, you will be. Give me the purse.
What purse?
My purse.
Now, why don't you take your wrinkly ass back inside?
We're the Queen Bees. We don't take crap from anyone.
I must tell you, the other night I looked up and there you were, and then you started to dance. It was magical.
Has that line worked for you in the past?
Not so much.
Let's go crazy.
We are sisters, the 4 of us.
I love that. Oh.
Word on the wheelchair ramps is that you and Dan are an item.
It's ridiculous.
If it works out, great. If it doesn't, at least you're riding the bike again.
In this metaphor, Dan is the bike.
Yes, he is.
I'm gonna need a helmet.
We have got to live every day. You want to get baked? Did we sleep together? Oh, don't look so worried. That kind of experience is not on my bucket list.
Yay!
That was good.
Yeah, no, I'd seen the trailers. I don't know if I'd seen that one. That one was long. That was like 2
Yeah, it
minutes.
was 2 minutes. Yeah, yeah.
It was good.
So
It looked
that
really
one,
good then.
they attacked your butt on that one, didn't they?
They did, yeah. So I only do a cameo in that, that scene. But when Michael Lembeck, the director, I took an acting class in LA. His father used to teach it. Harvey Lembeck. It was called the Harvey Lembeck Comedy Workshop, and it's a very good class. And he's directed tons of films and tons of sitcoms. And so when I heard he was doing this movie in Atlanta, I was like, hey, I got a place out there, and I'd like, what do you got going on? And he said, well, I got the scene. He goes, but it's got Anne Margaret, Jane Curtin, Ellen Bernstein, and Loretta Devine. I'm like, yeah, I'm in, man. That's a group of great actors. So what was really cool is the first half of the scene, I'm just watching them in this diner, waiting to steal her purse. So I really, for the first half of the day, I just got to watch these great actresses work, and I'm an actor and I love to watch good actors. And it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to watch them work.
So, how did it feel to be on the same set with Christopher again?
Oh, well, he and I didn't actually have any scenes together. So it was just the four ladies that I worked with. But that would be the second movie I'm in that he's in. I don't think I had any scenes with him in Back to the Future either. So, oh, well, maybe sometime we'll get to actually work together.
Yeah. That is so cool. So right now, what is the fun thing that you have going on in your life? What are you most proud of right now?
Well, I would say it's doing the music. Sort of the lockdown kind of put us all in that place of like, well, what are we going to do with our time? And it makes you think about what time you have left, as it were. And I was like, I've been talking about doing this acoustic album for a long time. And it's time to just get off my butt and put it out there. Whatever fears I have, whatever's holding me back, get over it, get to it, stick your neck out there and put it out there. And like I said, the response has been really good. But I'm also proud of a few of the films I have coming out. I have a few other things going on right now. Matter of fact, it seems like all of a sudden all these movies are coming out. Queen Bees was done over 2 years ago. I was wondering, and I knew it was a decent sized budget film. I was like, when is this thing going to come out? It has this amazing cast, blah, blah. So finally, it's coming out. And so that's out. And an independent movie I did in North Carolina called River is coming out on July 13th. And I like that character a lot. I play a character that is the local town's psychologist, but he's also the antiques collector, and the lead girl. He's sort of her like surrogate father, and she has this time lapse where she disappeared, doesn't know what's going on. So we do some shrink sessions and start to try to unravel what's going on with her. So it's sort of sci-fi, but very independent, not a lot of CGI or anything. So that's very cool. And I had a nice long COVID beard for that, That was different. So, and then another movie just came out that I didn't even know the director didn't even know it was coming out on Amazon Prime, a horror film I did called Await the Dawn, that has Dee Wallace, Vernon Wells, Bruce Davison, myself. And that I literally found that out. That came out yesterday. So if you're a horror fan, which a lot of my fans are horror fans, Amazon Prime, you can check it out. So lots of stuff going on.
Well, I'm very excited for you. I'm glad that things are working out, and I'm glad that you are out and doing what you do best, which is entertain and make us all happy here at home. So thank you so much for all that you do. And I'm dying to hear your music. So I will be, was it CD Baby? Where can I find the music?
You can find it on Spotify. We actually put it out through CD Baby, but we don't have a CD to put out right now. So it's just digital. So CD, Spotify, and then you can go on iTunes. You can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Deezer.
Perfect. So one last question, then I'll let you go.
Okay.
If you could give back a little piece of nugget to someone who's trying to do what you're doing, what type of advice would you give them?
Yeah, what's neat is I've been asked that question a lot of times, of course, like on the street by actors and things. And, you never know what comes to that. A few years ago, I was walking down the street and this guy stops me. He's like, "You're not going to remember me probably, but I asked you the same question you asked." And the advice I gave him was, study, get in a good class, because when an opportunity shows up, you got to be ready for it. Doors open easy the first time maybe, but if you don't deliver, they don't open so easy the second time. But if you make a fan out of a casting director, I've always said to tell you, if you can get 3 casting directors in Hollywood to believe in you, you can work. And he said, I took that advice. He goes, for 5 years, I was in class and I was working, and he goes, and I just got my first big break. And I was just like, wow, somebody took it and ran and actually got the result out of it. So that's my advice. I'm a big believer in studying. I've studied or taught acting my whole career.
Wow. Well, we're so proud of you. I mean,
thank you.
I'm telling you, and my friend Kurt, I mean, he's going to love that little part that you gave him earlier. So.
Good.
The Children of the Corn was, I guess, foremost still the best movie. They had a remake, but it didn't even stand up to.
They've done 8 remakes, I think. And Sci-Fi did a remake of the original. There's supposed to be one coming out, a prequel, soon. I think it's probably going to be September or October is my guess. That out of all of the ones that have come along, I think I have the highest. It has some really big producers involved, so I don't think it's going to be a schlocky film. And it's just called Children of the Corn, but it's a prequel, and they shot it in Australia during the pandemic. Wow. So I'm going to have my eye on that one. I think that one might actually be interesting.
Yeah, me too. Most definitely. Well, I'm not going to take up any more of your time, Mr. Gaines. Thank you so much for being on the show. I just absolutely love interviewing you. And if you have anything that you need, we're here for you. And I can help get whatever you have going on. We're happy to have you anytime.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you. You take care.
Thank you. And you guys listening, please subscribe, share, and like. Please support Mr. Courtney Gains and all the things that he's doing. And we want to all show him the love that we do here at SKST Radio. And until then, next week. Bye-bye.